Hey guys, Brad coming at you with a little late video on Monday night. We had a contest winner this week. Week 1, y'all epically failed. Week 2, we actually had 2 people choose the right person, which was Patrick Mahomes, picking up where he left off last season, it looks like. He had 443 yards against the Oakland Raiders. 2 people chose him, Jared at ChiefsCorner and Bob Lewis at, Bob Lewis. Both chose Patrick Mahomes. However, you remember the tiebreaker was who was closest to the 443 number it turned out to be, and that was Jared at ChiefsCorner with 428. Bob had 419, so it was close. But Jared at ChiefsCorner, congratulations. I'll hit you up on Facebook to just make sure I have your current address. But, yeah, congratulations. There is a couple Chiefs in there, too, so that works out. A couple quarterback Chiefs in there for you, too. So, yeah, I think, like I said, I think you'll enjoy that package. A lot of cool stuff to go through. The Purge continues in Miami. Just late tonight here, we traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Steelers for a first-round pick, which if you're counting at home, and being that that's all I really have is to look to the future after 59-10 and 43-0. We have 3 first-rounders in 2020. Get Houston's pick, Steelers' pick, and obviously our own, which you have to think is going to be number 1 at this point. Oh, man. I got to hand it to them. They're going all in on the tank job. This is something we've never seen in the NFL, I can tell you that right now. We've seen teams rebuild, try to get picks, but we don't see teams trading players in their prime for future picks. We'll see hey, you're in your 30s. By the time we get good, dude, you're going to be too old. We're going to trade you, blah, blah, blah. And they still keep some bets on the roster. They might be bad because they made bad decisions. We've seen that with like the Lions in the past, the Browns, the Colts the one year, where Manning got hurt. But we've never seen a full-on tank job in the NFL. We've seen it in the NBA. Sometimes you'll even see it kind of in baseball. We've seen it in those sports, but we've never seen it to this degree in the NFL. So it's not good for the game. It's not good when basketball does it. It's not good. Tanking is never good. Roger Goodell has to be kind of pissed off, I'm sure. Because the appeal to the NFL, obviously you're always going to have some bad teams. But the appeal is, especially first half of the year, is your team has a chance to make the playoffs. And we're the only sport where 80% of the teams feel like they've got a shot, And, yeah, when this happens, there's no shot. So, yeah, the Purge continues. So, if you need a Dolphins player, you can hit me up. I'll get in contact with Greer, and we can work something out, all right? Because I'm sure they're available. As long as you got picks, we're here to help, all right? We don't have enough. We only have 3 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, 2 third-rounders next year. Followed by the next year after that, 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, I think. Oh, Lord help me. So, yeah, they definitely are committed. You got to give them that. Let's see. I wasn't really prepared because I got done watching the Browns game. It's kind of ugly. Yeah. They still didn't look all that impressive, to be quite honest with you. So they're still working through some things. It's just the Jets are really bad right now, too. But, hey, it was a game you should win. They won it. That's what's important. Speaking teams that are 2-0 that you might not realize are 2-0, folks. 49ers. Bills. Who knew? like I said, I look at the season in fours. 4 games at a time, first four, so on, so on. So we'll see. 2 more weeks, you'll have a better understanding of who your team is. I told you don't freak out after week 1. Week 2, you can get kind of concerned. After week 3 and 4, then you can hit the panic button, or you can hit the man, I think we might have it this year button. But a lot of big injuries this week. Roethlisberger goes down, out for the year. Breeze, I believe, is seeking a second opinion. Early prognosis is 6 weeks. So Teddy Bridgewater, yes. You wondered what happened to Teddy Bridgewater? He's in New Orleans. We'll see. I have Michael Thomas on my fantasy team. Let's hope that doesn't affect that very much, because I started 0-2 in fantasy. I've never been like 0-2. I don't ever start 0-2 in fantasy. I'm 0-2. So, my Dolphins stink. I stink at fantasy all of a sudden. I don't know what's happening. But, key injuries at the quarterback spot. Let's see. The Bears. Bears and Browns both. Couldn't kick. Had trouble with the kicker last year. Well, Browns, their kicker seems to be making some kicks. The Bears kicker steps up after they blow I act like it's like blow a lead. Their defense was holding them the whole time because the Bears' offense is lost. What happened? Like we know Trubisky struggles a little bit in the pocket. We know he's going to struggle in the pocket a little bit. We know that already. But what happened from last year? It's basically the same team. Why can't you move the ball at all? It's really ugly to watch. But for those who didn't watch, it was 13-6. And they had Broncos at a 4th and 10 around their, 34-yard line. Around the Bears 34-yard line. And they let them pick that up. You think you'd have been protecting the sticks, but it's almost like they were protecting the end zone at that point. It was weird how they played the coverage. But so Flacco ended up going down. This is where it gets crazy. Okay, it was really a crazy ending. Broncos scored the touchdown. Vic Fangio's like, we're going for the victory. Much like happened in the Jags-Texans game, which I found it interesting. It happened twice this week. Didn't work out for the Jags. But anyways, he's all set to go for it. They have a penalty, 5-yard penalty. Oh, crap. I can't remember if it was a delay of game or if it was a false start. I can't remember which one it was, but it doesn't matter. They got a 5-yard penalty, so they bring out the kicker, right? Bring out McManus. All right, we're just going to have to tie it up. We'll go into overtime. There's 31 seconds left, I believe. That's how much time is left, by the way, folks. So they're like, okay, we're going to go kick the extra point. Lines up for the extra point. He misses it. However, and it was pretty obvious live, you could even catch it. Buster Screen, most notably, usually gets called for pass interference penalties, gets called for an offsides, which then brings the ball back to where it was originally, and Fangio decides, I'm still going for the win, baby. And does a little pass, I believe it was to Emmanuel Sanders. It was really pretty easy. They take a 14-13 lead, right? So the Bears get the ball. Quite honestly, not looking very promising. Trubisky throws. I think it was to Cohen for a little bit of yardage. However, penalty flag, roughing the passer on Bradley Chubb. However, there is no way that was roughing the passer at all. I mean, literally, it was almost simultaneously of him releasing the ball and then getting hit. I actually wanted to see what stupid reasoning they would give behind it, but I haven't looked it up yet to see if Al Riberon tried to even say it was the right call. But, I mean, we're talking Trubisky just releases it and Chubb hits him. Like, normal play, right? And it wasn't like you hit him in the head or something, Normal play, give him a roughing the passer. So, it brings them up, I don't know, around the 40-yard line, their own 40. And with literally, I think the play starts with 11 seconds. Trubisky takes, a little time, rolling around a little bit, finds Allen Robinson wide open for some reason. I don't know why. And Robinson smart, gets down right away. And they get the timeout with 1 second left. However, if you watch this replay, there is no way the human response time. Now, when you're watching it in slow-mo, they absolutely could have got down and technically called a timeout. But, obviously it takes a second for the human response time of once the guy actually lands and gives himself up to calling the timeout, right, for an official to call it. But they gave it to him, and like I said, technically there was a second left. Regardless, Bears get a shot at a 54-yard field goal. And this guy, Eddie freaking Pinero, just right through the uprights. No doubter. So, after the way the last season ended, it was a possibly season saver for the Bears. We'll find out, but they have got to get their offense together. The defense picked up where it left off. It's doing its job, but yeah, that was like, I guess there were some good endings, but I think that was the one that just had like the most different things with it. But yeah, what else do I want to talk about? So yeah, I mentioned the Chiefs to start. They're getting off to a good start. Like I said, I wondered if Mahomes would. He knew he's going to be good. Would he be that good? The teams have seen him. And he played Jaguars, decent defense week 1. Now he played the Raiders in week 2. It was mainly all big plays, though, that they scored on. They scored all their points, I think, in 1 quarter, if I recall. So if you wanted to nitpick, you could be like, well, why were you scoring the rest of it? I mean, But they got down 10-0. That's the weird part. And then, yeah, good sign for the defense, I guess. But, yeah, they seem to be clicking, regardless of Tyreek Hill being out. What else? Oh, the annual Colts beat the Titans. I was telling Bobby, it's like, and I'm not picking on the Titans. I was ready to give them some respect this week. I thought they were going to beat the Colts, and I was like, you're going to beat them with Jacoby Brissett at start. Now, the Colts are a good team still, even with Brissett. And even with Vinatieri's missed kicks and whatnot, and then I think, what's his name for the Titans missed one too, but they just can't seem to find – they just seem to struggle in their division for some reason, and I can't figure it out. It's not like it's an awesome division, but they get a great win last week, and they just – you want to like them, and then you're like, well, this is why you're frauds, So it's frustrating, but we'll see. But yeah, it's got to be frustrating for the Titans fan because it's just like, because it was a game that probably should have won. What else? I think that's it for now. It's late. I'm not thinking properly. But, yeah, there was plenty of other good stuff I just didn't get to. So don't yell at me. And shout out to the T-shirt. I haven't worn this one in a while. Makes me laugh every time. But bye-bye. Love you all. Congrats, Jared, on the contest winning. I'll be running another contest here throughout the year. I think I'll do a most rushing yards thing and very similar prize, or most receiving yards thing, and then maybe some defensive one or something. We'll do that throughout the year. I'll take a break this week. Maybe we'll do it the next week. But thanks for joining. Thanks for participating. I actually found a couple new channels that I wasn't subbed to when I ran that contest, so that was good too. But yeah, So, thanks, guys. Till next time.